Mohendrila and I am an expert in full stack. In this video, we are going to talk about NoSQL databases. In our previous videos, we have seen different types of data, different types of databases used to store this data. We have also seen SQL, which is an example of storing structured data, and in this video, we are going to talk about MongoDB, which is a database that is used to store unstructured data. Let us first of all download MongoDB from the official website. So this is your official website www.mongodb.com, from where you can download the MongoDB community server. So here it says download. Once you have downloaded and installed, there is one more component that you need to download, which is MongoDB Atlas. So Atlas is the user interface that will make your work easier when you are working with MongoDB. There is one more component that you need to download after you have downloaded the MongoDB server, is MongoDB Compass. So MongoDB Compass is the user interface that you use in order to create database, add data into it and retrieve the data. So here it says download now. The last and another important component of MongoDB is MongoDB Atlas, which is the cloud server where you store your database. In order to use Atlas and in order to create your database on the cloud, you need to create an account. It says sign in or try free. So guys, this is how your MongoDB Compass user interface looks like. This is the new connection that you create, and using this toggle button, if you want, you can change the connection string. So by default, I am connected to MongoDB localhost 27017 and I will click on connect. On the left hand side, you can see the different information given about this particular connection. The first one is the host, the type of cluster and the edition. Ideally, talking about the hierarchy in MongoDB, you would have a cluster followed by a collection followed by a document. In front of you, you can see that you have the university database. So inside university database, you have a student collection. Let us navigate to databases and let us scroll down to university. I have created a synonymous example to the one that we created in SQL, which was again university. When you click on university, you go inside the database and you go to the collection student. When you click on student, you will be able to see different documents that are present in the collection student. So over here also you can see the navigation university.student. This is your cluster and this is your collection. Inside the collection, I would add a single document using add data. If you do not have a file, you would use insert document. So by default, there is an ID that is created by the system, and after this we would add the different keys and values. If you remember, when we talked about unstructured databases, we said that unstructured data is stored in the form of key value pairs. So let us try to add our fields, which is student underscore ID and 45. It says insert not permitted while document contains errors. Whenever you are trying to add data to your MongoDB collection, it should be in the JSON format and all the fields should be enclosed in single quotes. Then we would add student name and I would mention the name followed by a branch, and the last key value pair would be grade. So, here I have student ID, so let us try to add a document to our collection. Let us simply copy paste the information available and edit the values. I click on add data and I have two options in front of me which says import file and add document. So, I would insert a document. I already have the ID. After the ID, I would mention my fields. So, the student ID also has to be enclosed in double quotes followed by a colon and the value which is 13. I already have a student with the same ID, so I would change this. Then I would add a comma in order to separate the different keys and values. So, when we talked earlier about unstructured data is present or added to your database in the form of key value pairs. So, this is your key which is student ID and this is your value. So, the student name, next one would be branch, followed by the last field which is grade. So, now you can see that the insert button is displayed in green, and when I click on insert, I would have a new document added right at the end of my collection which says student ID 19, Suraj, IT, and the grade is 7.5. So, next to this we can see aggregations, we can also see the schema, we can see the indexes and we can see the validation for our MongoDB database. So, here you can see there are multiple databases created. So, in this video we saw how do you use MongoDB in order to create a database, in order to create a collection and add a document inside the collection. So, that is all for this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.